Hello, my beautiful video followers. Radically present. Okay, we're going to talk about sacred sexuality and getting radically present. So stick around and we're going to get into this topic. We're going to talk a little bit about why being present is so important. We're going to talk about how do you really get radically present for a sacred sexual experience, and what happens if you don't get radically present in your sacred sexual journey. So I'm really excited about this topic. Sacred sexuality is just the most beautiful exploration for a couple who's been together for a long period of time and ready to go into some kind of different exploration together. Brings you closer, creates more intimacy. It's very fun. And you will explore and experience all sorts of new things in your body, your own personal body, and together as a partnership. So I highly recommend you go on this journey. You know, I've mentioned a lot of different kinds of journeys here on my videos. And this is one that I'm going to be talking about. Well, I've been talking about and I'll continue to talk about for probably into July, just to get you ready, get you prepared. So if you haven't seen the last video, go watch it, because that is all about preparing your space for your sacred sexual experience, okay? Have you done that? Have you prepared your space? Write in the comments below. Yes, I prepared. What did you do? Where did you prepare it? Let us know a little bit about what you did for the preparation of the sacred sexual space. Did you put up candles? Did you change the furniture? Did you create a whole new room and space for your sacred sexual journeys that you're going to have with your partner? I recommend this for every couple, you know. Yeah, it's nice sometimes having sex in the kitchen, in the garage, in other locations around the house. That is recommended as well. But if you're going to go into the sacred sexual practice, you want to have a space that's really dedicated for that, right? So you go in, you're going to go into a ceremonial kind of a mode, right? So, but, you know, very sacred, ceremonial, sensuous, passionate, whatever is that for you and your partner, that's what you create in the space. So today we're going to talk about getting radically present. So you've got the space ready to go, okay? So why is this an important topic, and why do I want to talk about becoming radically present with your partner? Why is it so important to be present? Well, this is part of sacred sexuality. You know, you book a time that you're going to come together. So it's actually important to plan this. So you have time to get prepared, right? So you have this hour together. And so you want to make it the absolute most connective, intimate hour that you can spend together. That's the point of sacred sexuality, that you spend some really, really juicy, deep, connective, present, radically present time with this person, with no distractions whatsoever. So you can really focus on each other. It's something we don't often do with our partners. There's so many distractions around us, so many. And, you know, this is a practice of getting present and eliminating all of these distractions. So it brings in a real focus and a connection, okay? It brings in, you know, creating that focus so you're really focused on each other, and it brings in a deep connection, and that's the point. So that's why we do it, okay? It helps you create a different, not just other levels of intimacy with your partner. You're going to be feeling all sorts of different things as you go into this if you are radically present. You're going to be experiencing different things, different kinds of emotions, different frequencies, different connections to other possibilities around your consciousness will come in. But that only happens if you are radically present with each other. In order for this kind of expansion between the two of you into intimacy, and it's you know, it's a deep expansion. It's going all directions within your beings. You have to be really present to allow it for it to happen, because you are, the idea is that you're connecting as one, right? You're slowly becoming connected as one unit. So what you experience as a single being is one thing, but when you come together with another, you know, that's double the power, double the energetic movement, the energetic connection. And so you're going to be feeling something very different, but you have to be radically present. So this is a really important reason for why you have to dedicate yourself to being present for that hour or 2 hours, whatever it is you decide for your sacred sexual practice. This also builds the relationship, okay? So the reason you're doing this is that you want to do something different in your relationship, you want to try something new, you want to experience something new. And because you get radically present and you're very serious about becoming present during this time, it's going to help build your relationship in a very different kind of way, in a much more intimate way. And I mentioned that already, but in a kind of connective way that you've never experienced with your partner before, right? So these reasons are really important, and you cannot really practice sacred sexuality without becoming radically present with your partner. And what does that mean? And how do you get radically present, right? Well, radically present means that, one, there are no distractions. So of course, cell phones, televisions, anything, computers, out of the room. Electronics, get them out of the room completely. You may have music on your phone, okay, but you know, maybe even have the phone outside the door or something far from you, or try to have a situation where you don't have to have, where there won't be any distractions. Turn off your messaging and all of that. Just eliminate your distractions. Make sure you're in a safe and secure space for your journey. You don't want to be interrupted by children or by anybody else, the maid or whoever might come to your door, your mother, your, you know, whoever, the pizza delivery man. Make sure there are going to be no distractions, because as soon as you have a distraction, it breaks the energy completely. And the idea is that within that hour, the energy is going to be building, okay? The energy is going to be building in whatever way, deeper, more intimate, more an energy that's rising, or an energy that's building, or just the energy of more sensuality between the two of you. But if it's broken, then it's going to be harder to get back into it again. Now, prepare yourself. Another way to create this radical presence, is to prepare yourself before you have the sacred sexual experience. So you know, okay, it's like whatever, in 2 days, we're going to do 2 hours this time. So you really get prepared, not only with the safety and security of the space, but also with yourself, okay? So just self-talk. Okay, I'm going to get really present with my partner. I'm really going to work on doing this. I'm really going to focus on this. So if you start preparing yourself and kind of giving yourself that mantra and the chant that you are going to become very radically present with your partner, then when you actually get together, that mantra is still in you and you've already been building up to that point. I'm talking about this because it's not always easy. It's not easy for a lot of people because we have so many distractions in our lives, right? So many. We're distracted immediately by things. So this is a very different practice, coming together, being together in a quiet space without any distractions, just you and your partner fully focusing on each other, right? So give yourself some prep time, a mantra, some words, just to remind yourself. I like to write things on my knee. You know, I write, be radically present. Be radically present. And I don't know why my knee is the place I like to write stuff. And then I look, oh, yes. Remember. And so it's already in your body, already ready to go for you. Now, if you don't prepare yourself to become radically present, I'm going to talk a little bit about that, because if you don't prepare, what can happen? Well, first of all, you cannot create the intimate space. It's not going to be possible. You cannot create the sacred space you will not have a sacred space, right? You will not be able to go in deep. You will not be able to connect in a place that you have never connected before. You won't be able to enter into places within the two of you, the coupled and the connective, divine, this divine, deep sexual space. You won't be able to go there because you will be distracted. You won't be present with your partner. If you are not able to, if you don't get present, then you're not really serious about this practice as well, right? So only do this practice with your partner if you're really serious and devoted to making this work, to being part of this practice, to going into this with your partner. Okay, if you're not present, if you keep falling out and you're distracted and for some reason you're needing to go check your phone, you still need to do some work to become present. Okay, you have to find ways to focus yourself in. And again, this mantra helps. All of the tips that I've given you up to this point are really important, because once you get into that space and you begin the connection, you begin your practice, you want to be present there. And what else can happen if you don't get present is that I think it's if you're not able to get present, then you really have to start thinking about what really matters to you. Okay, if your partner has, or maybe even you have decided you want to try this and you want to go into this different kind of experience, this different kind of journey. Really think about what matters to you in your life. Does your relationship, your connection with your partner really matter? Like, really matter to you? Is this really important to you? And if it is, then I know you're going to do everything that you possibly can to make it work, right? So make sure within yourself that you feel that, yes, I am ready to go on this journey. And then you and your partner together have made that decision very clearly. You've discussed it. You've watched videos about it. You understand very clearly that, yes, let's go on this journey together. And because if you're not serious about it, then it's not going to reap the benefits for you and your partner like it really could. Okay? Like it really could. This connection that you can have with your partner through sacred sexuality can be very profound. This is entering into sacred sexuality, where we start to create some transformation in ourselves, in our partnership, in our relationship, and transcendence even. So in order to go to these places, you have to get radically present, right? Have I made myself clear? I think so. Oh, just this energy. Whew. All right. Now, if you want to go on a journey, you want to get started, you can jump into my Deeper Us program. It is once a week, sacred journey with your partner. Okay? Simple exercise to get you started on entering into that space, feeling what it might be like to connect with your partner at a deeper level. Okay? Get my Deeper Us. It's available to you. Link is below in my description. And also comment, please let me know, how are you going to prepare yourself to get present? Or how have you prepared yourself to get present? And what has it been like for you? How's it been for you? I'd like to know some tips for getting present. So leave some comments below. How do you get present? I think it's going to help us all so much, help other people as they enter into the journey themselves. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Much lovemaking.